Hello, I am Caren. This is my novel, The Hunter Killer, and I'm going to read the story to you. We're going to cover the story in episodes. Enjoy. Chapter 1, Episode 1. I found her. What do you mean you found her? The phone went dead. It was Sunday late. Monday afternoon. The screaming tunneled through the black cloud on her mind, like a cornered rat looking for a way out. As she fought for consciousness, the screaming turned into hoarse whimpering, as if the voice was unable to carry the high vocal cords anymore. It kept on echoing and echoing through her mind. She felt her heavy eyelids lifting and her eyes opened slowly. She tried to turn her head to follow the voice, but something was wrong. It felt like a steel clamp around her head, holding it in one position. She could only stare at the glaring white ceiling. She felt restraints on her wrists and ankles, holding her down. Somewhere close to her, a device started to bleep over the whimpering that never seemed to stop. Voices hurried towards her. She felt the prick of a sharp needle in her arms, and the silent black abyss enveloped her once more. Tuesday morning. Rachel Arquette stood on a penthouse spatial bank balcony, looking down on the bathing pool area of the complex, her slender hands clutching the safety rail tightly. The morning breeze tugged playfully at her luscious long hair that reached to her slender waist. The sun has burnt well into the morning and was steadily climbing up to 11 o'clock. Residents were already hanging out around the pool, getting ready to sponge up the cloudless, sun-rinsed day. A frown creased Rachel's otherwise smooth brow. Her startling light green eyes were troubled, and she didn't seem to notice her surroundings at all. She was worried. It was the third time since Sunday that she has tried to reach Ashley by telephone, but to no avail. She hadn't seen or heard from her sister since Saturday. That was not like Ashley at all. Where Rachel was forgetful and absent-minded sometimes, Ashley was meticulous in her ways. She lived strictly by her own rules, which included using a daily planner, never ignoring a phone call, and always informing Rachel of her whereabouts. It was sometimes a pain in the neck, but that was Ashley's way of living, and Rachel was used to it. Anyway, they had a standing gym appointment for Monday nights. Ashley would definitely have called if she was going to cancel. Rachel has already called family and friends. Nothing. She even called the hospital. She had ended the call relieved that Ashley has not been admitted. But where was she? Rachel sighed, and she went back into the spacious open-plan apartment with its peaches and cream color scheme furnished for cozy comfort. She closed the French doors and drew the curtains, shutting the bright day out. She decided it was time to drop by her sister's house. She picked up her handbag and car keys from the side table and headed for the door. She closed the apartment door behind her and walked towards the elevator on the thick carpeted floor. backtracking in her mind, trying to remember if she might have missed anything Ashley could have said to her. She could think of nothing. She got into the elevator and pressed the button for the building's parking area 6 floors down. 1 floor below the reception area of the main entrance of the apartment complex. An urgency to reach Ashley suddenly shivered down her spine as the doors of the elevator opened on the well-lit underground parking floor. At that moment, she knew that her sister's life was in grave danger. She started to sprint towards a 1978 Ford Mustang, reaching it a little out of breath. She fumbled in a handbag and finally found the car keys. She unlocked the door and got in. With a trembling hand, she put the key in the ignition and turned it. The 8-cylinder motor immediately roared to life. With cautious speed, she left the parking area and turned into the main street traffic for the half-hour drive to her sister's townhouse. They both lived in the town called Mountain Grace. Population 35,000 souls. Rachel loved the lively buzz of central town and had made a residence in mid-city. Ashley, on the other hand, was country-orientated and resided in the quieter suburb out of the main life stream of town. Mount Grace snuggled in the foot of the big green mountain on its left side and was flanked by the clear blue lake with surrounding thick woods on its right side. A few horse breeding and cattle farms bordered the main road that passed by the panoramic lake, leading to the outer world. It was a well-adjusted society, and everybody lived relatively stress-free lives, even the homeless drifters that had accidentally found their way into town. Next episode, Rachel meets Adam.